In this video, we are going to create this drawing of the front cover plate. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to open the front cover plate from Chapter 16 part files. And then we are going to go to File, Make Drawing from Part. We'll select C and Z Landscape, okay. And then before we actually add a view from our view palette over here, we are going to change some of our sheet properties. So just right click on the sheet and go to properties. We are going to change the scale to 1:1, make sure projection is third. Both the labels are A. Sheet size will be the C and Z landscape, and make sure that the display sheet format is enabled with a check. Then click Apply Changes. Now we're going to add our drawing views. So click the View palette here. And we'll first add our front view. So just click and drag it into the drawing about here and let go. Right. And then we are going to add the isometric view, this side view, and a top view right here. Now we're going to click check because we're done. I'm going to hover over until I see the moving symbol and move this over. You can see how I can move this freely. If you can't move this freely, that means that you'll need to break your alignment. So this one's not moving freely. So if I right click, go to alignment, and I would click break alignment. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now, but we might have to do that in the future. I'm going to click check. Now I'm going to change our edges, our tangent edges to phantom lines instead of solid lines so we can see the tangent edges clear. So I'm going to right click on my isometric view, go to tangent edge, and select tangent edges with font. Then click OK. Now I'll add a partial section view. So to do that, I'm first going to draw a line for the section I want. So go to the Sketch tab, click Line. I'm going to hover over this point here and then hover over the center there just so my line is in the middle. Then I'll click once I see both those blue lines and just draw a line in the upward direction about there. Click and then escape. And we have our line that we're going to use for our section cut, or section view, sorry. Now we're going to go to View Layout, select, first we're going to select the line, so make sure your line is selected, and then we're going to go to Section View. We'll place our section view about right there. And there it is. We are also going to flip our section view, so click Flip Direction, and it will flip the direction for us. All right. And then we will click OK. Now we're going to change the hatch pattern for the section. We're just going to click inside here, uncheck the material cross hatch. So now we can select a different material, a cross hatch for a different material, and we're going to select this ANSI 38 aluminum with a scale of 3. All right. So your cross hatch should look like this in your section view. We'll click OK. Now we're going to add a detail view. So we're going to, I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to go under the View Layout tab, select Detail View. And then in our top view here, just click about right there. And we're just going to draw a circle approximately like the textbook So click there. And now I can move my detail view to this upper right-hand corner. Place that. Make sure that the scale is 2 to 1. Okay, so it scales down here. Make sure it says 2 to 1. And then up here, we are going to play around with different styles for the circle. So broken circle, you can see that there's these arrows and the B in between. We have that style, this one, where there's actually a line connecting the two, but we're going to use per standard. And we're going to click check. Now we will insert our model dimensions. For model dimensions, if we change a dimension in our model, it will update in our drawing, and vice versa. So if you change a dimension in your drawing, it will actually update the model as well. So we're going to create it for this front view. We're just going to select the front view. We're going to go to our annotation tab and select model items. Then we're going to make sure that this is selected, marked for drawing, whole wizard locations, and whole callout. Also make sure your source is entire model. And we're going to hit check mark. And we have all of these annotations. So we're actually going to go through and clean up these annotations. It does require a little bit of time. So I'll move this up here, this up here. We have both of these 1.45s. This one's actually going to go down there. We have this other 1.45 there. All right, so we have all of those. We also have these two right here. Okay. We have this 0.75 somewhere. Here it is. I need to change my units so that there are 3 decimal places. We'll do that in a second. Let's see here. What else do we need? We don't need this 0.19, so delete that. We don't need this 0.38. I'm going to delete that. 0.25, no, delete that. Delete this other 0.25. We don't need this 0.6. Do need this 2. And we also need this 1.75 here. All right, then we are going to, this one right here, we'll delete that. We'll delete the 0.19. We don't need the 1.35 either. Don't need this one. Great. 0.33 we don't need. All right, let's see here. R is 0.03. We don't need this one either. Or that one. All right. So, we also don't need this 0.19 or 0.06. So that should be good for now. Let's change our drafting standard. I can tell that it's not the ANSI, so we're going to click IPS, go to Edit Document Settings. We're going to change our drafting standard from ISO to ANSI, and we're actually going to go to units as well in, let's see here, dimensions, and make sure that it is this 0.123 and click OK. All right, so now you can see that the dimensions have 3 decimal places. Okay, awesome. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to just add reference dimensions. these dimensions are not going to change. If you update these, they will not change in the model. I'm also going to click this dimension and change it from basic to none, and then check mark. So it matches the textbook. All right, let's add our reference dimension. So we're just going to click Smart Dimension. We'll add a dimension here. Okay. We'll add, let's see, what else do we need to add? Oh, we already have that one. Okay, and it already says 4 times in front of it. We have 0.075, 1.75. We need 1 from here to here, which is 0.75. Okay. And then actually, I think this one, click that edge again, Smart Dimension, click this edge, and okay, so I guess the R is actually 0.25 instead of 0.2. Okay, so I'm going to erase that. All right. So I think I have all the dimensions now. We're going to insert dimensions into our right view. So we'll go here and do the same thing. Click on this, model items. Okay, and then just click OK because all of our settings are the same as the last step. Okay, and we are going to do our dimensions again so it matches the book. This one will be out here, 0.4, yes. Okay. All right, move this down. Oh, for this dimension, we're going to change it to none. Okay, move this one down. Sorry about that, my dog is barking. Okay. And then we are going to move this over here, move this one over here. Okay, we'll move this one down. All right, and then again, we're going to change all of these dimensions to none for now. Okay, that one already has, okay, and then I'll double click on this dimension. It should only say 0.75. Oops, just click on it 1 time. And then in dimension text, we're gonna erase the 4 times from there and click the check mark. All right, and we can just leave that, that's fine, because we're just gonna add that again later, so. All right, I'm gonna move this one down. Okay, then we'll move on to the next step. So we're gonna break the alignment for our section view so that we can move it up. So right now, if I were to try to move the section view, I can only move it to the left or right. So I'll just right click on the section view, go to alignment and click break alignment. And now our section view can move freely. So let's see where it's actually going to end up to the right of this view here. So I need to right click and break the alignment for this one as well. Alignment, break alignment. Move this one over here. We're going to move our section view here. Our isometric view over here. Our detail view about right there. All right, and we can leave it like that for now. Okay, there we go. So for the, we'll add dimensions to the top view right here. Click that, model items. Okay, click check. We're going to delete everything but this 2.007 and this 0.2. So just select all the other dimensions and delete them. And then for, let's see here, the detail view, we're also going to insert dimensions. So click that and click model items. Check. Okay. And we are going to delete this one, delete this one, delete this one. We are going to add 2 dimensions. So click smart dimension. So from that edge to that edge, or actually it's going to be this top edge right here. Okay, that's going to be 0.175. Oops, it's all the way over here. So I'm going to click escape and move this dimension. Okay, move that over here. And then I'm going to set it, and I'm going to, in the dimension text, click this parentheses, add parentheses. And so now we know it's a reference dimension because it has those parentheses. Click check. We'll add another smart dimension from here to here and just place it up here. Same thing, add those parentheses under dimension text. So we know that it's a reference dimension. We're going to add another projected view for the back view. So I'm going to move this to the left a little bit and move this view over as well so we can have a back view right here. We're going to click View Layout tab, Projected. Okay. And then we're going to click on, or we have this right view selected already, but if you didn't, then you'd have to click on this right view and just place in the back view right there. And check mark. Then we are going to insert the model dimensions, just like we've done on the other views. I'm going to move it over just a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so then I'm going to select this and click the annotation tab, model items. Keep all those the same that we have the other times and click check. Okay. And then we are going to do our dimensions. So let's see here. We have this 3.470, that's on the bottom. We're going to move this one up. Okay, 2.975, we don't need that one. So delete that. We do need this 3.75. Let's start adding these other dimensions, or do we need this 1.35? Nope. 0.60. No, we don't need that. See if we need this one. Nope. Okay, we're not going to use that one. We're going to keep this one here. Okay, we need this one, and we're going to keep this one as well. 4 times. Okay, keep that one. R is 0.032. We're going to keep that one. All right. And then we have this 0.25 right here, which we're going to keep as well. Okay. So let's go in and add our reference dimensions. Go to Smart Dimensions, And let's add everything that's missing. So we need this one right here. Okay, and we want it to say 4 times. So click in dimension text and type in 4x space and check there. Okay, let's add these ones over here. So smart dimension from this edge to this one. Okay, is 1.505. Then from this edge to this one is going to be 0.923. Okay, then from the top of this to the bottom, it's going to be 3. Okay, and we don't need this 0.6 right here, so we'll just delete that one. Okay, for this dimension, we're going to remove the 4x in front of it. Check. 0.325. Okay, we have that. Now we're going to move over here. So add some more smart dimensions. This is this edge right here is going to be ours 0.25. Then we have 1.75 from here to here. And then we have 2 from here to here. Then we're going to add, here, make sure you grab the circle, not the center mark. Okay. All right. I'm going to do that one more time. So from this point to that one. Okay. And then click that in. All right. If you click the center marks, you can see that you'll actually get an angle there. Okay, so I have all of those, and then I'm going to click from here to here, 0.983. Click that in there. We have 0.375, blah, 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 and then we need a point from there to there. So from this circle to the center point of this circle. Okay, and then you'll put that right there. Okay, awesome. So we have all of those dimensions. We'll click check. Now we're going to add center lines. So in the annotation tab, click center line, and we'll just click between the 2 edges we want center lines. So click here and here, and then this one and this one to create that center line there. Let's see if we need any others. Okay. We'll just leave it like that for now. We might add more later. Now we'll add the center mark symbol. So to do that, we are going to click check because we're done with that. And then in the annotation tab, we're going to go to note. Okay, click note. Then we're going to click this add symbol here. Okay. And let's see. We are going to, so if yours isn't showing the center line, click the holes. Okay, and let's see where it's going to be. Under modifying symbols, it'll be the CL. So yours might already be, okay, symbol is insert. Then I'm going to click OK. as my symbol. Okay, so now I want to place one of those symbols right here. I'm just going to place it here and I can move it in a second. And I click to get out of that, and I'm going to place another one of those symbols right here. All right, awesome. And I'm going to click check. You can also click on your center line and make your center lines longer as well to extend out, like the example, the textbook example. So I'm going to move these over. And at the very end, I'll rearrange everything to look even more like the textbook, but for now, we'll just do it like that. Okay, and then I'm going to zoom into this and move these lines so they extend out a little bit so we can see them clear. Well, it doesn't matter there because there's a dimension over it. Okay. Now we're going to add datum features. So I'm going to hit escape. And then to add the datum, we're going to go to the annotation tab, click datum feature right here. And we're just going to click on the top view, this vertical edge, and move this up and place it right there, click. All right, and we'll add a second datum feature over to this one right here. And we're just going to click right. Okay, just click somewhere like that and move it to about there, outside of the 1.45. Okay, and then click check mark. We're going to add a flatness tolerance. So we're going to go to annotation tab, click geometric tolerance. Properties will pop up. We're going to select the flatness symbol. So if you hover over the symbol, say flatness, and for tolerance, enter in 0.003. Okay, and then we're going to select that same edge. Okay, as that. And then we're going to click OK. And just move the edge over so it aligns right there, just like the textbook. Now we'll add a perpendicular tolerance. Okay. And we are going to go to the, let's see, and we're going to add it to this one right here. Okay, so we'll select that. We will go to geometric tolerance. We're going to add in the perpendicular symbol. The tolerance is going to be 0.003. Okay, we are, actually, before we enter, I'm going to delete that, have this symbol, the diameter symbol, now type in 0.003. Then I'm going to click the M to add that after. And then, okay, awesome. Then for the, let's see, primary datum, we're going to type in A there. And so it's all connected, click OK. Now we are going to copy this control frame to a different dimension. So we are going to, this dimension was actually supposed to go to this one. So let me see here. Okay, I'm going to select this one and actually just move it over that dimension, and now it's connected to this dimension. So now I'm going to select this, hit Control C on my keyboard, and then I'm going to select this dimension and hit Control V. Okay, and it doesn't look like it's attached to dimension yet, so just select it and hover over the dimension. So now it is attached to it. All right, and then we're just going to double click the dimension to modify it. And we are going to change the symbol right here to a position. So right here is the position symbol. Okay. And then we will click OK. Then we're going to add another position tolerance. So go to the back view. We're going to select this one right here. Oh, so we need 4 times 1.25. So I actually don't have that one. So I'm going to go to Smart Dimension. And then click this, 1.25, click there, check mark. And I'm going to click this dimension again, go in here and add 4 times. And then in the next row, I'm going to hit Enter, and then the depth symbol, space 0.300. All right, awesome. Then check mark. Then I'll select this dimension, go to Geometric Tolerance. We'll select the position symbol again. Then we want the diameter symbol. This is going to be 0.003. Then we're going to add an A for our primary, and then click the M. Then click OK. Okay, and make sure that it's attached to that. We'll add a symmetric tolerance. So zoom out, go to this view. For symmetric, we're going to click this 0.4 dimension, and I moved it out here. And then under this section, tolerance type, I'm going to select symmetric and click check mark. Make sure the precision is also at 3 number of decimals, has 3 decimals. Ours already does. Then I'm going to go to the 0.5, click this one, and change it to the bilateral type of dimension with tolerances. Okay. Oh, and then if I click this, it already has the information, but if yours does not, you type in for the plus 0.001, then 0.003 inches, then here's 0.123. Make sure that's the precision. Okay, click check. We'll add a limit tolerance. So to this one right here, click that dimension, and then change that to limit, the 0.1, okay, 0.143, check mark. Okay, and then for this one, we're going to go to our front view, and we'll change this to basic. So click that dimension, the 2, and then change the type to basic and use 0.123 for 3 decimals, check mark. Now we're going to add general notes to this. Actually, first I'm going to just move some of these over. Oops, I'll do Control Z. I didn't mean to move the dimension. Move this view over. at the end, you'll have to, I would recommend just waiting till the end to do this, just so everything fits on your view. Okay. And I might have to actually make some of the dimensions closer at the end. Okay, so we're going to add a general note. We have this flatness. I accidentally created too many, so I'm going to delete that there. Not sure why that's there. But anyways, we are going to add a note now. So click Note in the Annotation tab. And then I'm going to just click on the upper left-hand corner and start typing. I'll say notes unless otherwise specified. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. So 1 dot space interpret drawing per ASME-ANSI Y 14.5. Oops, Y. Okay. Then 2 is going to be dimensions are in inches, 3 decimals. 3 is material is passivative, aluminum, black, anodized. 4 is part must be free from dust or any ink printing imperfection packaging. All right. Now the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to click check mark actually before we do that. We need to edit, I accidentally, I guess, clicked this other view or clicked this other note in here. So okay, I'll fix that in a second. So, okay, I'll click. I don't know why that was showing there. It's just my computer being weird. Okay, so now the last thing, I'm going to edit the title block. So I'm gonna right click and go to edit sheet format. The title block is stored in the sheet format, and when we add views and dimensions and annotations and notes, that will be in the sheet. So all you're going to do is hover over the center here until you see that A symbol and double click. We're going to type in Collin College here. And then if you want to change the font or size, just highlight everything or select it, and let's just change it to Arial just to get practice. Okay, and that's how you change the size as well. Then for this one, okay, we're going to have this one as, oops, I'm going to exit, sorry, escape. And this, we're going to click here, okay, and click the link to properties. Oh, well, it's not going to be if you can actually use properties. So you'll learn this in the second example, or part 2 of this chapter. But if you want, you can use the file name or a date here, but we're just going to keep it. We're just going to click cancel, and we're going to call this the front cover plate. And then for this one, just double click and change this to 011-23-456. Click out and change the revision to 01. After you're done with that, you're going to right click and right click and go to edit sheet to return to editing your sheet. And the last thing you're going to do before you submit this, or before you convert it to a PDF, is you want to make sure that you have all the same dimensions as the textbook and everything looks the same. I believe everything's on here, but I was going fast, so make sure that your dimensions and everything match the textbook. Okay, and so you're going to submit the PDF. In order to get the PDF, you'll go to File, Save As. Yes. You're going to go down here for Save As Type and select PDF. Okay, and save. And that file is what you are going to submit. So here it is, front cover plate. And you're going to submit this file on Canvas after you double check that it matches the textbook. And then you can do part 2 for even more practice. It's a shorter example, but you're able to practice all of this stuff on your own.